Hi everyone, thank you for connecting with me today. If you'd like to skip ahead, there are timestamps in the description box below, along with additional information such as planetary transits and how to book a personal reading. If you are in the Denver area, hit me up the first week of February and I would love to give you a one-on-one reading. Please keep in mind that these are general readings, so not everything will resonate with everyone. Take whatever resonates and leave the rest behind. This is a loving community where we help each other grow, so I really appreciate the helpful, loving comments, and I love it when you guys support each other. And a big, big, big special thank you to my subbies. I am really feeling the love, and I have just appreciated it so much. So grateful for the likes, the comments, the shares, the subscribes. I love the personal readings you guys have been asking for, and I love when you guys just email me to connect with me. I'm really feeling the love, and I love you guys so much, and it really means a lot to me. I get so much from these readings, and I just love the group therapy, especially whenever Spirit, swoops in and gives us something unexpected. Make sure to give me a thumbs up if this video resonated with you, and without further ado, let's get on to your readings. Hi Scorpio, welcome to February 2018. Let's get into your spiritual messages. We have the Four of Swords reversed, and the Four of Swords, it's a card about rest, so it could mean that you're coming out of a place of rest and relaxation, taking a break, so you're coming out of that break. It could be that you're overworking yourself and need a break, but let's see what the rest of the cards have to say, and we'll get on to it. So Oceana says, take action. You're in touch with the truth in the situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. And it's a very beautiful card. It's like this mermaid fairy type of woman, and she is ascending up into the ocean in between two coral reefs, and we have a turtle at the bottom and a whale at the top. So it's like she is swimming to the surface, right? She knows what's in the underbelly, a lot like Scorpio, right? Because you guys are like lords of the underworld, right? Phoenix from the ash. So it's like, you know what's underneath the surface. So, like speaking your truth up to the top. And then we also have Akasha, and Akasha says, you are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and to help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. So, this could be like speaking your truth about spiritual matters, and let's see, it could mean to give that a rest, but I don't think it is. I think maybe perhaps you've been in a place where you've been resting, building up your strength, and in that time of rest and relaxation, you have learned from Spirit, these different lessons. So now you're able to counsel others and to speak the truth, to give that spiritual message, like to pass it on to someone else, right, after this time of stagnation. So we have this with the Queen of Cups reversed and the Three of Cups reversed. So some of you might be coming out of a breakup. It might have been a breakup involving a third-party situation, particularly if it was with a Pisces. We also have the yin-yang sign right here, so it could be a Cancer too. Could also be speaking about you or another Scorpio you were dealing with. But in any case, the Queen of Cups is a water sign. And whenever she's reversed, when she's upright, she's like this warm woman, right? She takes care of you. She cuts the crusts off your sandwiches. She makes sure that you have slippers. She, listens to you whenever you're upset. She is a very nurturing, loving person. She gets emotional at movies. She she gives you like the most thoughtful gifts, and she is a very loving, open person. Whenever it's reversed, it's like a typical, like stereotypical woman, it's like passive aggressive, guilt trips, crying crocodile tears, kind of like manipulating you with her emotions, and someone who you'll ask, are you okay? And she'll say, I'm fine, right? And it's like, no, you're not fine. So this could be someone you were dealing with. This could be your energy. But in any case, this sort of passive-aggressive attitude, this sort of manipulative, emotional nature, you know, this like moody nature might have been a result from a three-party situation, whether you were juggling someone else or your partner was juggling someone else. And I want to say I'm really sorry. I've been on all sides of the love triangle, and it is not fun. So my heart goes out to anyone who has gone through that. But let's clarify. It might be that you know something is going on behind the scenes, right? This Oceana, like you know the truth of the matter. You can feel it in your gut, in your intuition, in your heart space. And so, you know, it might be like you coming out with it to someone else. But let's see. For Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio in their spiritual life, could you clarify the Queen of Cups and the Three of Cups for me, please? The Queen of Cups and the Three of Cups for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio, for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio. The Three of Cups does not always have to mean a third-party situation, and third-party situations don't always have to be love triangles. You know, they could be like work getting in the way. But because it's with the Four of Swords right here, the Three of Cups could also mean like you have cut back on going out with friends. So it could be something that small, and you might have a friend who's kind of like, who has this energy, or you might be pulling back from friends because you have this like moody energy. But let's see. It'll be different for every Scorpio. So try to take what resonates with you and leave everything else behind. Could you clarify the Queen of Cups and the Three of Cups for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio? One more shuffle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all. We have the Six of Wands reversed. We have the Eight of Swords. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So, Six of Wands is a card about a victory. You know, in this particular deck, we see him going through the door, and all of his friends are clapping for him. So it was a success, right? He sealed the deal. He made it happen. He's the man. He's the dude. Whenever it's reversed, it's like you did not reach that success. You did not have your victory. You did not make it happen. You did not seal the deal. And you might even face some disappointment from others as a result. And this could be in like money, health, career, any part of your life. We also have the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is a card about feeling trapped. In this deck, we see a half-naked woman walking down the stairs, and she has a blanket over her. She has her head in her hand, and she's thinking like, oh, how could I? So this might be like a walk of shame thing, feeling like trapped from a, like, if you guys are in a third-party situation and are having an affair, this might be like you feeling trapped as far as like, you know, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep, you know, getting into bed with this person? I wouldn't have said that, except like she looks so like walk of shame. But anyway, for other Scorpios, it could just mean like something in your thoughts is haunting you as a result of not getting the victory that you want. And these ghosts are like your thoughts, right? They're thoughts that are haunting you. But the Eight of Swords, the message is always that you're not trapped, right? These are just thoughts, and you have to like change your perspective, right? So rethink things. Next we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is a great card. The Ten of Pentacles is a card, it's my retirement card, so it's like the longevity, long haul, incremental progress type of card. It's about putting, you know, $10 away each month and then having, like, you can buy the RV at the end of your life. The Ten of Pentacles, it takes two, so it takes a partner, it takes a family, it takes someone to give your inheritance to, these little kids in the treehouse, right? It takes someone to share that abundance and share that life with, and to have that second source of income with. So, gosh, Scorpio. So if you guys are married, I hate this message for you guys. If you guys are married, you know, this could mean like you have like a really great home life, but maybe you're cheating. Oh, I hope not. I hope not. Let me think of it in other situations. Maybe because we have this Four of Pentacles and this tree house, I'm thinking for some of you, maybe you need like a little family getaway, like visiting your family, and that's going to help you get out of your head. You know, if you aren't dealing with this third party situation, if you aren't dealing with some sort of love triangle, then you're trapped in your thoughts about something, about some sort of success that was not met. And so reconnecting with family, I feel like is going to help you like remember the days of yore, right? Let's get on to your money, health, and career. But first, I have to make my money, so stay tuned. Okay, for your money, health, and career, we have 2 cards fell out. So you have movement. I'll read the upright and the reversed for you. We see an ostrich. He's so cute. An ostrich, and he has like a hill on his back with a windmill, and we see a hot air balloon in the background. My parents used to do hot air balloon chases, so I'm always fond of hot air balloons. So he's moving along, and then we also have coming apart, so 2 people splitting. And we have the Knave of Leaves. You could be dealing with a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. The Knave of Leaves is a card about, it can be your inner child. So when the Knave of Leaves is reversed, it's, you know, whenever you're a kid and you're really excited to tell your parents something and they kind of shoo you away, like, go away, kid, you don't know anything. And so, you know, you get all sulky, like, fine, I'll just do it myself. You know, like, I don't need you guys. I'm running away from home, right? So it's kind of this, like, feeling of abandonment, feeling, like you're all alone. It's like an orphan child card. So, and you could, because I see movement and coming apart, this could talk about a kid that you have who maybe you're going through a divorce and, you know, have to deal with a child who feels abandoned. Ooh, gosh, Scorpio, I'm so sorry. Let's read from the book. So, movement. Movement says you are in a time of positive forward motion. Movement says this is a time for positive movement, for positive momentum as you come out of a period of restriction. So this rest and relaxation could be like you coming out of that rest and relaxation, right? Could be a period of you coming out of that restriction. You're in a stage of new adventure and discovery. You may feel compelled to take a trip, change your hair, or move your home or business. Regardless, you can't remain where you are anymore. You feel compelled to go forward no matter what your inquiry. You will see your dreams take form and doors previously shut begin to open as if by magic. Movement is also a state of mind. The fog lifts and you now know the actions you need to take. This isn't the time for fear. Let it go and move forward. So because it's to the side, I'm going to read the reverse message first. So some of you are going to be elevating, you're going to be vibrating on the frequency of the first message. Others of you are going to be vibrating on the frequency of the next message. So the next message reverse says, do you feel as if you're walking in excuse me, I'm tongue-tied. Walking in circles, seemingly not getting anywhere? Consider the spiral that travels up and around. 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. Even backward movement helps you progress and reach your goals. You may need to revisit some of the places where you forgot to look for treasure. Another message is this: lessons need repeating for those who refuse or are unable to learn them the first time. Consider this another invitation to mastery. So we also have coming apart. I'll read that for you too. And it is sad. Coming apart says, now is the time to take separate paths. The coming apart card is assigned to put an end to what is no longer working for you. Has a commitment been broken? Perhaps you need to break a promise or change course because you took on more than you could handle. This is a perfect time to reassess your goals and values. Are your actions in alignment with what you believe in? Have you created a partnership that is not mutually beneficial? Separation, disillusion, and dispersion are all in focus right now. If someone wishes to break away from you, don't chase the relationship out of a sense of fear. The price you'll pay will not be worth the prize. Separation brings good fortune. So, in your money, health, and career, yes, this could speak of a divorce, because whenever we get divorced, we have to divide our assets, right? And we have to, our children are sometimes resources for me. So, you know, if you're working that kind of stuff out, it can be difficult, but it's also an opportunity for something new, something better to come in your life. But let's talk it through. So we do have heavy air energy here. You could be dealing, again, with a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. So the King of Leaves, the King of Swords, he's someone who is... he's very, like, by the book, by the law of the land, right? He doesn't pick favorites. He doesn't pick sides. He makes his decisions based on what is good for the highest good of all, what is best for everyone, right? What is fair, what is equal, what is balanced, what is just, what is right for everyone involved. So, again, I mean, sometimes they speak of law, right? Like the judge or the police. So if you are going through the divorce, this could be the judge. You could be going through a custody battle with this child too. So the Eight of Swords is a card about feeling trapped. Again, we have it twice now. But look, they're two different meanings. And it's interesting that I get the divorce message here because we have two people that are feeling trapped here. So whatever the kinks are that you're working out in this separation, no one is feeling like they can move. No one is feeling like they can go anywhere. This is more of a card about regret. This is a card about, like, it's like, well, if I move here, then I can't have this. If I take this, then this is going to happen. So it's like this puzzle in your head of, like, how do I get out of this maze, right? Scorpio. If it has to do with career, then you might be changing careers. You might be, like, moving away from a job, like your job is no longer serving you. So, you feel trapped and there's no, like, growth potential. There's no way to, get promoted. There's no way to make a higher salary. So now it's time to move on, cut your losses, and find something else. Let's see. In money, health, and career for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio, could you clarify the Eight of Swords and the King of Swords for me, please? Eight of Swords and the King of Swords for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio and their money, health, and career. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio. One more. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please clarify the Eight of Swords and the King of Leaves. I know these are like very specific messages, so it's not going to resonate with all y'all, but it's very strong. We have the Hanged Man, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. So, Hanged Man is a card about suspension. It's a card about waiting. It's a card about hanging upside down and seeing the world from a different perspective. In this, it's a little different because I see a magician here, and the magician it's like this Houdini act, right? So he is suspended in this tank of water, and like he has the keys to get himself free. But it's interesting because we do have a card like getting trapped here, being trapped here. So I feel like with this message in tandem with these two messages, it's like you are not as trapped as you may seem. Like you do actually have the key. And you may know this, Scorpio. This magician knows this, and these people are waiting in suspense, and he's just sort of like egging them on, like waiting for his big reveal. That kind of seems like something Scorpio would do. Like dangle something in front of someone, like that control, right? But the Hanged Man, in any case, because he's upside down, he sees things from a different perspective. So, seeing the other person's perspective in this matter, if you're coming apart from a divorce, could help both of you like free yourself. If you are leaving a job, then I feel like this card is talking about you, like you're just waiting on the, like, if you went in for an interview, you're just waiting on them to call you back before you reveal it to your company, right? So something like that. Or you're just if you've sent out resumes, you're in suspense. You're waiting for them to, for you to get the call back, for you to like start making plans to quit that job. That could be what that means. And especially if this is a job situation, then the Seven of Pentacles could mean that you put out your resume. Seven of Pentacles is a card about tilling your soil for the harvest, right? In the background, we see farmers who are sowing the ground to make the crops bloom. You can't see any crops right now, but they know that seeds have been planted, and within time, the soil is going to nurture the seeds, and then they're going to grow, they're going to have their harvest, they're going to have their bounty, and everything they need to eat. We have growth on the side, so we know it's going to grow. But this is a card about faith. So in the foreground, we see a woman who has set a bird free. I always see in this particular deck, this bird is like a message, right? Like a carrier pigeon type of bird. So it's like she has sent off her message, and she trusts the bird that the bird's going to come back and give her another message. So definitely, if you have sent off your resume, then you're waiting on a response back. And you may be feeling like the Ace of Pentacles in this deck is a card about having keys to the house, right? She has all these keys and then a big old house behind her. And so whenever it's reversed, it's like, I feel like putting in all these different options, it's like being stuck, right? It's like you keep putting these things out, and it's like the keys aren't the right keys to turn the door, right? Like you keep, like maybe this bird keeps sending back the wrong keys, and so you keep feeling stuck, if that makes any sense. Let me know in the comments, Scorpio, because I know this is kind of it's not like as straightforward of a reading. But anyway, I feel like there needs to be some patience, like more patience involved, knowing that the right keys will come your way. Sorry about that, Scorpio. Let's move on to your money. We already did money. To your love and personal life. In love and personal life, we have the Queen of Leaves, or the Queen of Swords. And we have consider your foundation. You are being asked to look at how committed you are to love. Okay. So the Queen of Swords, it could be a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. Thank you for your patience in this reading. I have put off the water readings because I'm dating a Scorpio and I wanted to like keep the mystery. Like it's still new. But okay. Consider your foundation. We have a house in the background, and couples abound, right? Monogamy rules in this card. So we have a couple here. It looks like they're an older couple, and the woman is putting her arm around the man, and I think the man is putting his arm around her. We have two foxes. Cute, cute. Two badgers, I guess. So, yeah, it's a card about commitment and the foundations you want to build with someone. Queen of Leaves, I said that I was putting it off. I'm a Libra, so you could be dealing with a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. But whenever the Queen of Swords is reversed, she is someone who is kind of cold and distant and bitchy. She's someone who has been through it all. She's been cheated on, lied to. People have promised her things. They haven't gone through with them. She's been disappointed, heartbroken so many times. And so as a result, she is a little guarded and has a lot of walls up. we have it paired with the moon, so you could also be dealing, the moon is actually like any water sign to me, so it could be you as a Scorpio. This is a lobster, but Scorpio's lobsters, kind of the same, like crustacean bug type of thing. And then we have the fish up here, so Pisces. You could also be dealing with Cancer. But the moon is a card about mystery. Y'all love mystery. Scorpios love mystery. And sometimes it's seen as depression and secrets and stuff like that. But I see it more like mystique than a negative card. Like it's just, you know, when the sun is out, we can see everything. Everything's in the light. When the moon is out, we only have the glow of the moon to show us what's going on. And that can be very like romantic and dreamy, right? Because you have to use your intuition, you have to use your inner knowing to know what's going on, because it's not as like transparent as the sun is. I also want to say scorpions, actual scorpions, they glow blue in the moonlight. So I don't know if that means anything to you, but I thought it was worth letting you guys know because you are Scorpios and you have the moon here. You also have the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is a card about feeling burdened, and the lesson is to just unload some of that burden so you don't have to carry it up the hill. So when it's in a love reading, it can mean like the harsh things you have experienced, the heartbreaks you have experienced, and all that baggage you have. Like, we all have baggage, right? So unloading that baggage to someone else, you know, maybe you're keeping like your burdens and your baggage a secret, but unloading it actually helps, like, you have a lighter load so that you can, you know, carry the weight of bigger and better things. But let's get some clarifiers. So, Spirit, could you clarify for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio, the moon and the Nine of Wands? For Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio, please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all. For Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio. For Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio. It's funny I said that I wanted to keep it a mystery. And we have this very, like, mysterious moon here. Funny, funny, funny. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more shuffle for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio in their love and personal life. Come on, come on, come on. So, we have the Nine of Wands, two times. We have the Queen of Wands, so you could be dealing with an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. And we have the Three of Swords. So the let's start. Okay, the Nine of Wands in this deck, it's a lot like in the traditional decks. A man is carrying 9 wands up a hill, and he has like a bandage over his head, and he's just worn out. So, you know, the message is drop one of those wands so you can carry the rest up the hill. In this deck, it's he's carrying this door on his back, so it's heavy, it's burdensome, but he's doing it all to provide for this family, right? He's doing it all to make sure that the people he loves have a safe and comfortable home, and they're protected, and that they're provided for. Next we have the Queen of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Wands is upright. She's someone who's very warm, very, she's like an entertainer, a little hostess. She's sexy and funny and very popular, flirty. Whenever she's reversed, she can be a little hoe. So she could like sleep around. She could have a temper. She could be like seek revenge, right? So the fire energies, they're people who are ruled by their loins. So they're ruled by their gut. They're ruled by their instinct, their impulses. They are a sexual energy. They are a creative energy. And, you know, upright, they are very warm and fiery and very like alive type of people. Whenever it's reversed, it's like that fire burns out of control and, you know, leaves a trail of destruction in its path. So that could be someone you're dealing with. That could be your energy. But let me know in the comments. We also have the Three of Swords and the Three of Swords reversed. Whenever it's upright, we see this granny in a rocking chair, and she's poking pins into a voodoo doll, because the Three of Swords is a card about heartbreak. So in this deck, it's a little different. This granny is very bitter, and she's like, I mean, again, with this, like, revenge, right? But she's bitter, and she's like, if I can't be happy, you can't be happy, right? So she's sticking the pins into the voodoo doll, and she is just very bitter and angry and upset that this person broke her heart, that this person did that to her. And again, this can be a card of three-party situations, but because it's reversed, I feel like this three-party situation might have passed if you've experienced this, and you might have experienced it with this Queen of Wands character. But the Three of Wands reversed is a really good card because it's a card about healing, right? It's a card about you have taken your heartbreak, you have sat with it, you have cried out what you needed to cry out, and you're healing from that situation. Whenever the traditional Rider-Waite Three of Swords is reversed, it's like swords falling out of a heart, right? So as soon as those swords fall out of the heart, then you can heal those wounds. So you're going through a healing process, and you have suffered a lot of burdens, and it stinks. It stinks. Heartbreak stinks, but I feel like you might be moving into better things. With this, consider your foundation and asking, like, are you committed to love? And then we have this Nine of Wands here about, like, providing a family. You know, maybe this relationship that was a third-party relationship was built more out of sex, and there wasn't enough thought put into, like, the long term, the long haul. And so now is an opportunity to cultivate relationships that have a firmer foundation and that are dedicated to going the distance. I also want to say that if you're in a relationship, then it doesn't necessarily mean like a third party situation, but you could have had like a little heartbreak from your spouse, and for this reason or that, we get, and not necessarily spouse, but from your partner, but for this reason or that, we get into fights, right? But now, and it's been burdensome, these fights, and it's a result of not feeling provided for, but perhaps now you're working to secure your home in a better way, and I think that's going to bring a lot of healing to your relationship. Let's look at, because it's Valentine's month, I got some candy hearts from the dollar store. So I'm treating them like runes, so whatever falls face up, we're going to read, and whatever falls face down, it's not meant for us to know. So for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio, what are the Valentine's Day messages for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio? Okay, so we have, ooh la la. Ooh la la. So that's good. And we have love wins. So that's awesome. And I think if you're one of those Scorpios who are going through a divorce, the love that's going to win is the love between you and your child. Just make sure that your child doesn't feel abandoned. Oh, sweet. Even if you've been divorced for like years, sometimes like that residual energy can you know, come up in a kid, bubble up in a kid. We have Be Mine. So I'm seeing with this foundation and this providing for the family, it's like you don't want someone who's like a temporary person anymore, right? You want someone who is like in it for the long run. You're tired of like in and out things. And then here we have You and Me. You and Me, which could mean several different things, but I'll let you make the call what that means, because the best Best use of intuition in these tarot readings is your own intuition. I am only a messenger. I am only a partner to your own intuition. So only you will know, Scorpio, and you guys are good about that. Well, I love you very much. I hope that was a good reading. Let me know. Love you, love you, love you. I will see you in March. Bye.